Okay, so this is part two to know thyself. And in the last video, I was talking about what heaven is. And the reason why is because I had broke the word down know to mean the science of the heavens. So therefore, we need to know what heaven is. Okay? Heaven is also, like I said in the other video, heaven comes from the Greek word Uranus. And Uranus is really Orion. Okay? Orion also sounds like urine. Urine, if you look up the etymology, it means water, amongst other things, but it means water. Water is really semen. Therefore, heaven is going back to semen. How do I know that water is semen? Because it has the word sea on it. S-E-A. Sea men. Okay? So it is water that is creating matter, or it is semen that is creating matter. Uh, Water and matter is the same word. Flip the M around. Which matter is really mother. That's how you know that semen or even sperm and all that other stuff really originally goes back to the woman. I made a video called "Where Did the Seed Originate?" If you want to check that out. But anyway, semen and sperm and egg follicles and all that stuff is all very, very spiritual. So I'm going to break down semen or sperm and show you how I know that these are spiritual terms, and it is very important for you to understand how it works, because again, that is that is nature, that is Genesis, that is your genes, that is how you got here. So if you want to know thyself, you need to understand the cycles of these things. Okay? Because I said in the last video, cycle is really the mind of God. Now, the first reason, or the first way, what I'm going to give three different ways. The first way I know that sperm or semen is very spiritual is because of the word or the phrase, say amen. Say amen. Say amen. Semen. Semen. Semen is what I just said. Okay? And so, amen means hidden, right? So you're really talking about the hidden power of God that's within you. That's your creative force. Second thing I know is that semen, which is really a vessel for sperm. Some people use those two words interchangeable. They're not. Semen is a vessel for sperm, okay? But sperm has the word spur on it. Spur, as in spirit. Spirit. Spirit itself has the word spit in it. What is spit? Water, which is DNA. I just said that semen was really water, okay? Or it's a form of water, which is DNA. The word sperm also I know is spiritual because of the word spore. Spore as in spirit, but spore means seed. So again, that's telling me that spirit has a lot to do with sperm, which has to do with, which is, encapsulated in semen. All right. So now we're going to move on to the word thyself, which is really, I'm just going to go into the word thigh. But thyself would be the high self. So it's know the high self or know the higher self. Okay? But breaking down the word thigh, it would be the high. Okay, well, high or most high in Hebrew is Elah. Allah, God, which means nature. The high self is going back to nature, which is Genesis, genes. Okay? High or most high also in Hebrew means Elyon. Elyon, Elian, a lion. A lion is a cat, is a pussy, is a womb. The womb, your mind operates just like a woman's vagina. Okay, they function the same way. You plant seeds in it and things grow there. Thoughts. Furthermore, with the word thigh, is that well, let me say this. I have learned how to pronounce letters, or I thank the ancestors or the universe within myself for opening my eyes. But I learned how to pronounce letters and give an interpretation of what it means symbolically. Okay, so that th sound, that th. What are you doing with your mouth when you make that sound? You're putting your teeth on top of your tongue. What would we call that? We would call that biting your tongue, which would mean being quiet. Quiet. So thigh would be the quiet I, because a Y is interchangeable with the I, with the letter I. That I. It would be quieting the mind. That is the only way you're going to hear your higher self, is if you shut everything off and be quiet. The word quiet itself has Q on the front of it, which to cue something means to call something, to tell it, okay, come on, it's your turn now. So it has Q on the front, it has ET on the end of it. ET, extraterrestrial, Elion, Elion, the Most High. So quiet is really meaning, to call on the Most High. So that I will be the quiet I, to quiet the mind and call on the Most High. So knowing thyself has to do with being quiet. Okay? Um, know thyself will also be, knowing the high I. Know thigh, the high I. This I, of course. Knowing thyself. Okay. The word self. First of all, the word self in Greek is autos. When you think of autos, what do you think of? Autos, as in automobiles. That would be a car. A car means heart in Greek. That's how you get the word cardiology. So self is really your heart. So know thyself is really knowing the science of your heart. Because remember I said know also means science. Now self has the word elf in it. Etymology of the word elf, E-L-F, is one of a race of powerful supernatural beings. One of a race of powerful supernatural beings. Well, let's see. Let's take a stab in the dark and say the race would be sperm cells, and only one of them made it. Well, I don't know what happens when you have twins, or triplets. I don't know how that works. But anyway, either way, the elf in the self has to do with a powerful supernatural being. That would be you. The S on the front, I always equate S to serpent, which has to do with wisdom. Okay. The word cell on the front of self obviously is also cell, S-E-L-L, which has to do with the cells within your body. Cell, soul, same word. Cell, soul, S-O-U-L or S-O-L, which has to do with the sun, light, all of that kind of stuff. Self also phonetically sounds like Alf, A-L-P-H. Of course, that would be relative to alpha, which means first. You're first. You are first. That's why time starts in seconds. Dr. York is the one that taught me that. Or he made me think about why does time start in seconds, because you're first. Okay. But the word Alf, A-L-P-H, in Hebrew means learn or teach. You came here to learn yourself. You came here to teach yourself. No one else can teach you. You can only teach yourself. Someone can tell you something, but then it is up to you to interpret it into your own mind and teach yourself. Okay? So earlier I said that know thyself has to do with knowing the science of your heart, because self is really heart. So now, what is the heart? What is happening when the egg cell merges with the sperm cell is that the two nucleuses are merging. So the nucleus is the heart of the cell. Two hearts are merging and becoming one. It's beautiful, isn't it? That's what love really is. But these two cells, or these two hearts that are becoming one, will be considered your intelligence, your intelligenes. Your intelligence is within the heart of your DNA cells. That is where your higher self is speaking to you from, because that is your real self. Your true self was made when the two hearts bonded. That was when your true self was made. Okay. So science will be the heart of developing. I'm sorry, I'm skipping around. Yes, science will be the art of developing the skill of being able to hear your own heart, which is your inner ear. Okay, so I'm still breaking down what heart is, because I said you need to know what the science of your heart is. So you need to know what your heart is. So in the word heart itself, you see the word hear, you see the word air, you see the word art. Art means a skill of something, or to have a skill at something. So that's why I said your heart has the skill of hearing. It's your inner ear. Now, what is inner ear? That's called the labyrinth. That's what. If you ever saw the movie Labyrinth with, I think his name is David Bowie. Labyrinth means inner ear. So when I looked at the word labyrinth, because I know that a V is interchangeable with a B, I stuck the word V in there. I stuck the letter V in there, and that showed me that that was lover and birth. In the word labyrinth is lover and birth. So therefore, the labyrinth, which is the inner ear, would be your first lover, your first love. Your first love is your own heart and your own inner ear. That will be your higher self. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and close this up here. To go ahead and tie it all together, like I said in the first video, know thyself really means to know and understand the science of your own heart, and to be able to hear your higher self, which will be here, your third eye. Okay? You have to be able to see and hear past this physical realm, because if you continuously live in the lower self, which is all about the physical realm, you will be stuck here. What comes after this? I don't know. What do you ascend to after this? I don't know. What happens when you vibrate faster? Have no clue. What I do know is that you shouldn't be getting stuck in the physical realm, because that is what hell is. Your lower self. All right, peace. Love y'all.